Hi YouTubers, my name is Kevin and you're watching The Royal We. In this message I want to talk with you about the curse of the toxic narcissist. This is the life sentence that narcissists carry with them from relationship to relationship. And this is so important for you to be able to understand and put into the right perspective. Because toxic people do try to pass the burden of their curse onto you throughout the toxic relationship. They use various methods such as gaslighting, triangulation, smear campaigns, all in effort to transfer their curse and their life sentence on to you. But in this message, we want to break that off and send that curse on its way so that you can get back to healing and get back to the person that you have always been called to be. If this sounds good to you, hit the like button right now and we will get into it. All right, so now there are two curses that toxic, abusive narcissists absolutely live with. And the first one that we're going to talk about out of the two is that no matter what they plant into your relationship, no matter what goodness they do, especially after the toxicity takes place, nothing will bloom and nothing will flourish. No work they put into your relationship is going to work or is ever going to bring forth any good fruit. And now you have to understand that this has nothing to do with you. This is part of the curse of narcissism. And now let's look and see why this takes place. So I want you to imagine that your relationship with anybody is like a garden. And when you come together, the garden starts to grow and things are blooming in your garden. Things are flourishing. Now, when you're dealing with toxic narcissists, at some point in the relationship, their mask slips and their narcissism begins to show through the cracks. And with the devaluation, with the trauma of the abuse and the mental, emotional, verbal abuse, the physical abuse that you start to take on in the relationship, it destroys everything that started to grow. But not only that, it's as if they're throwing poison out onto the very soil of the relationship. And this poison seeps down into the foundations of the soil. And it contaminates the whole soil of that relationship. And this is the curse. Because they've destroyed it. They've destroyed everything that flourished, and they even destroyed, they literally killed the foundation and the soil. Right? So now, anything they try to plant into that soil, anytime they come to you and they try to be kind to you or they try to be nice to you, even though you may want it and you may desire it, it's not going to work. And this is where you start to believe that it might be your problem because it's not working. And it seems like nothing the narcissists do is going to fix the situation, and you still can't help but look at them as dodging the issues, and it's just not right. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel safe. And that's because the soil, the foundation of the relationship has been destroyed, and nothing can grow there. No matter what the toxic narcissist plants there, nothing will grow. This is why it's important for you to understand that it makes no sense to try to engage them, to get an apology, or to try to reconcile. Ultimately, it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the narcissist. Why? Because even though you invite them in for reconciliation, I want you to understand the soil, the foundation of that relationship is destroyed. So you're fooling yourself and you're fooling them. And even if they were to come and shower you with apologies, even if they were to come and shower you with loving kindness, it's not going to work because the foundation has been destroyed and nothing will grow. That is part of the curse, and you need to have it in the right perspective, because if not, you can think that that's your curse. You can think to yourself, wait a minute, they're being kind to me now. How come it doesn't feel right? How come it's still awkward? How come? And you can feel like you're the problem. You can feel like you're the one that's cursed. No. You're simply realizing their curse. This is the result of destroying not only a relationship, but destroying the soil and the foundation of these relationships. Listen, there's no going back to that. This is why it's best for you and for them to let them go. No reconciliation needed. Forgiveness, yes. And all forgiveness means is that you don't attempt to do to them what they did to you. That's it. Outside of that, keep them away from that garden area which has been destroyed. The garden you had with them is gone. The soil is ruined. The foundation is dead. And this is their curse. Because this is typical and it follows them from relationship to relationship. They destroy the soil. They destroy the dirt and the foundation of every relationship. And this is the curse they live with. And it follows them. And yes, they attempt to make it seem like it's your fault. And this is why it's important to understand, don't take responsibility for it. It's theirs. It's their responsibility. They live with it. They brought the toxicity into your life. They can leave and take the curse with them. The second curse is that they are in a never-ending state of restlessness, like fugitives. Now, if you watched last night's video upload, I hit on the concept and the principle of the toxic narcissist's paranoia in this life. The reason they move on so quickly and go from relationship to relationship, and they do it at lightning speed, it's as if they're running from something, and they are. What are they running from? They're running from the guilt and the shame, which is actually transformed into a victimhood mentality, which, in other words, is paranoia. They live in this paranoid state that everybody's out to get them. Now, why would they believe everybody's out to get them? It's because of the wake of destruction that they have left behind them throughout their lives. It's as if everybody is chasing them and is after them. This is why they look at you the moment you start to hold them accountable, and it triggers their narcissistic rage, and they're fighting you as if they're fighting a whole panel of people, when really it's just you. But to them, they're fighting for their life. This is that paranoid state. It's the paranoia that everything they've done wrong is going to catch up to them. This is also part of the curse. And so they become like fugitives, restless, never able to find a place to rest completely. They go from relationship to relationship so long as it makes them feel safe and it suits them. And how are toxic narcissists made to feel safe? By wearing a mask, by pretending to be something they're not, by pretending to be these loving, kind, charming individuals, by finding somebody who does not know the abuse that they have done to other people's lives, by finding that person and mirroring that person, in other words, liking everything they like and being everything they want them to be, and trying their best to hold that up for as long as they can, until once again their mask slips, the narcissism peeks through, and the abuse cycle starts all over again. They destroy that relationship. They destroy the foundation and the soil of that relationship so that nothing good can ever grow afterwards. That's curse number one. And then they have to hit the road again and get out of there. Curse number two, live like fugitives, paranoid that people are out to get them. Now, this is important for you to understand this curse as well. Because as you watch them move on to other relationships, it can make you feel like you're the one that has this curse. As they are running around and trying to find people to laugh and take pictures with on Instagram and Facebook, it's making you feel like you're isolated and like you're the paranoid one. You're not. Because you're not the one running around trying to jump into whatever fast relationship you can jump into. It's not your curse. It is the curse of the narcissist, being a fugitive, running with paranoia from relationship to relationship, which also contributes to their abusiveness. It's why they become abusive, because everybody's out to get them. It's their paranoia. It's a part of their curse. So there you have it. There's two curses you need to put in the right perspective so you can heal and move on. The first one is understanding that nothing good will ever flourish in your relationship with them. Your relationship has been destroyed. The foundation is ruined. The soil is ruined. You can, even if they were to apologize, no matter what they did, nothing will grow because they killed the relationship with you and they destroyed the soil. That's the first curse. The second curse is that they are restless, wandering fugitives, going from relationship to relationship. That's their second curse. Let them live with that. You go no contact and focus on your life, focus on your healing, focus on your drive and on your purpose, and learn to heal from within and learn to live authentically, not requiring anybody outside of yourself. The moment you start to require people to feel good about yourself is the moment you start to step into these same kinds of curses that narcissists live with. And listen, I want to be a part of your healing journey. Visit www.jointheroyalwe.com where you can schedule one-on-one appointments with me. We can have a telephone consultation. We could also have a FaceTime consultation for those of you who are iPhone and Apple users. We could also have email consultations. Also, every Monday night is Royal We Live Chat. This is an opportunity for the community to come together and answer questions, and we also take phone calls for free, so long as you're aware that it is a live show. And Saturday mornings is Royal We Fellowship. This is an in-depth Bible study where we take passages out of the Bible and we talk about it from the perspective of understanding the world is toxic and narcissistic. It's unlike any Bible study you have been a part of. So there's a lot going on. Look down in the description box right down below for links to all of these channels, plus access to Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos right here on The Royal We.